The Arms Trade Treaty is the first international agreement monitoring the global trade in conventional weapons. It was signed in 2013 by many countries to prevent the illegal trafficking of arms all over the world. This convention establishes a system that avoids the arms ending up in the hands of terrorists or criminals. It demands a cooperative approach amongst all countries. It requires clarity in the common objective to eradicate violence provoked by unscrupulous individuals. The aim of the ATT is to promote responsible action by states in the context of the arms trade and to prevent and eradicate the illicit trade in conventional arms and prevent their diversion with a view to improving international and regional peace, security and stability, and ultimately reduce human suffering caused by irresponsible arms transfers. This international agreement seeks to promote responsibility in arms transfers and to prevent the diversion of weapons through the establishment of national transfer control systems and the application of risk assessment criteria to arms transfers. The ATT is not a disarmament treaty in the classic sense. It does not ban the use of production of specific type of weapons like other disarmament treaties, nor does it seek a reduction in state stockpiles. The treaty concerns itself with the regulation of conventional arms transfer through establishing standards of responsibility. Insofar as the type of weapons are concerned, the scope of the ATT covers all conventional arms including battle tanks, missiles, combat aircraft, right down to small arms and light weapons. The trade activities that the treaty regulates include export, import, transit, transshipping and brokering. There is a common misperception that the treaty is only about the import and export of weapons. The scope of the treaty goes beyond that. There are many states in the world that do not export weapons, but they may still be engaged in the transit and transshipment of weapons and may be involved in or affected by arms brokering activities. Consequently, this international agreement is relevant to those states as well. The current membership of the treaty now stands at 105 state parties and a further 32 signatories whose ratifications, accessions or acceptance are still being awaited. This means that 80% of the UN member states are either state parties or signatories to the treaty. The numbers are, no doubt, impressive if viewed against the backdrop of the treaty being hardly 5 years in force. This is, however, not a picture to be complacent about. Considering that the United Nations has 193 member states, we are sparing no effort in increasing the membership of the ATT so that it becomes truly universal. The current level of membership needs to increase through the creation of a momentum towards more ratification, accessions or acceptance. This is to move signatory states to full-fledged states parties and, more importantly, to make inroads into the ranks of the 56 UN member states that remain outside the treaty. Joining the treaty means becoming part of a global community implementing standards of responsibility in conventional arms transfers. The ATT promotes transparency through initial reports on implementation measures and annual reports on transfers, as well as voluntary information exchange. The treaty has a part to play in ensuring that available arms remain in the possession of responsible end users and to diminish the supply of arms to criminal organizations. The ATT contributes to the prevention of cross-border illicit arms and ammunition flows, which in turn reduces the destabilizing effect conventional arms can have on regional security. State parties to the ATT are required to place international human rights law and international humanitarian law at the center of their arms transfer decisions. Whether you are a high official of any government or a common citizen, whether you are a legislator or part of the constituency, you should not trade action for comfort. You should not trade compromise for indifference. You should not trade responsibility for convenience. You should take immediate action, compromise yourself, and be responsible, signing this treaty, ratifying it, demanding your government to join the rest of the world that already took the bold decision to block, eradicate, and prevent weapons ending up in the wrong hands. I thank you for your attention.